Further debate, the member from Davenport.
Thank you, Speaker. I rise on behalf of the people of Davenport to speak to this motion on transit investment. Speaker, I also rise today to share my profound frustration with I share my profound frustration with this provincial Liberal government, with the Mayor of this city, with the Conservative Government of Canada, for the embarrassing politics that we see right now when it comes to transit. Speaker, I'm afraid to say that my frustration actually reflects quite accurately the frustration of Davenport residents and of people across the region. And I'd encourage members in this House to get on transit, to wait for a bus, to wait for a streetcar, to try to get on a subway in the morning, and you will understand what I'm saying. You'll understand the people of the GTA. Because, Speaker, people in the GTA are crippled by gridlock. People from Davenport to Scarborough are losing hours of their life stuck in traffic or waiting for transit. It's time they could be spending with their families and with their loved ones because, Speaker, people in the GTA in the Hamilton area have the longest commute times in North America. Speaker, today's motion by the Conservative Party is yet another political game that only aims at scoring political points for the PC party instead of supporting commuters in the GTHA. Speaker, today's debate has been focused on the transit needs of Scarborough, a region that is now in the crosshairs of political strategists at Queen's Park and City Hall. But Scarborough is a part of our city that has been ignored for too long. And the people of Scarborough and people across the GTHA need less games, they need less politics, they need less conversations, and they need more action when it comes to transit. The people of Scarborough and across our region deserve good, affordable, dependable, rapid public transit. It's clear that people in Scarborough feel like they've been getting second-class treatment. And the political games that they've seen from both Liberals and Conservatives are only making things worse. Speaker, the Liberals have been making promises for 10 years now. For 10 years, they have done nothing to get transit for Scarborough. We've heard promise after promise, but commuters are stuck waiting longer and longer to get home. Liberals claim that transit is a priority, but I think their record speaks for itself. Speaker, my community of Davenport knows a few things about Liberal priorities and Liberal promises. Just last night, over 100 residents of the West End of Toronto gathered for yet another Metrolinx meeting to register their opposition again to the Liberal government's plan to run dirty diesel trains in our neighbourhoods on the UP Express Air Rail link. Since day one, residents of my riding have fought for clean electric trains that would actually serve our communities instead of polluting them. But, Speaker, this Liberal government still plans to open the line with diesel trains. The Liberal government claims they will convert these trains to electric in the near future. They claim that the electrification of the Air Rail link is a priority. But, Speaker, the truth is that neither the Premier nor the Minister of Transportation has ever publicly committed to electrifying the line. We don't have an official timeline from this minister or from this government, but we have seen. Let's hear it. I hope that the minister will make a public commitment today, Speaker. Speaker, we have seen an abundance of public relations and consultations, but we've seen not enough listening from this government. Speaker, people across Ontario know that Liberals will say anything to get elected and to stay in power, as they did when they spent more than $500 million of our money, the money that belongs to the people of this province, to cancel gas plants just to save the jobs of Liberal MPPs. Even still, Speaker, it was still disappointing to see the Liberals make more campaign promises in the recent Scarborough election that were so clearly about putting their own political interests first. This Liberal government cannot be trusted to deliver transit in Scarborough or anywhere else, and it should be obvious to all observers that the Conservatives are not transit champions either. Speaker, today's motion is more of the same from the Conservatives. They'd rather shout from the sidelines than deliver results. The truth is that year after year, Liberals and Conservative governments put their own private interests first. The truth is that year after year, they take care of themselves and they leave the people of this province behind. Speaker, the truth is that Harris, Eves, McGuinty, and now Wynne governments their commitment to cutting taxes for their friends have left Ontario with at least $15 billion less each year in revenue, and the people of this province have been left to pick up the tab. Speaker, the truth is that after 10 years of neglect and 10 years of cuts, this old and tired Liberal government wants us now to believe that they're suddenly having a deathbed conversion, that they are now suddenly your subway champions.
Well, everyone was listening intently to the Conservative presentation, and now I've got 6 sidebars going with the Conservatives. I can't even hear the Speaker. So can we keep it down, please? Go ahead.
Thank you, Speaker. I'll try to make it simple. What I'm saying, Speaker, is that the Conservatives and the Liberals act exactly in the same ways when it comes to transit planning in this province. The Liberals want people in Ontario to believe that they've changed now and that suddenly they're finally ready to put people first. But, Speaker, the people of Ontario won't be fooled. People in this province know that there's only one political party in this House that will stand up and protect the public interest. Speaker, history speaks for itself. Only the Ontario NDP has shown consistent support for public investment, for transit operating and capital funding, while the Conservatives and Liberal governments have downloaded transit operating costs to cities and riders. It's only the NDP that has promised to restore operating funding to our cities to get vehicles back in service. Speaker, people are sick of more photo ops and ribbon cuttings. People can't wait another 10 or 20 years for their ride. People just want to get to work and to get home. And Speaker, only the NDP has committed to getting our city moving again immediately. Only the NDP is committed to funding transit and funding it in a way that is fair.